things have heated up quite a bit in the Red Sea, with Houthi Rebels of Yemen attacking cargo ships with missiles and drones. On 1st January, it was reported that US helicopters repelled a Houthi attack on a Maersk container vessel in the Red Sea, sinking 3 Houthi boats and killing 10 militants. The United States has deployed multiple warships in the region and has intercepted multiple drone and missile attacks in the past few days. Other countries like France, UK, Spain, Japan have also joined in deploying their warships and naval assets in the region to ensure smooth passage of commercial vessels through one of the most significant sea lanes of communication of the world. India has also decided to deploy its warships in the region after an Israel-linked tanker was attacked in the Arabian Sea near India's EEZ. On 4th January, the Indian Navy thwarted a hijacking attempt on a Liberia-registered bulk carrier, MV Lila Norfolk, in the Arabian Sea. So what exactly is this new crisis in the sea? And how is it related to the Israel-Hamas conflict? Is it only a matter of time before the US launches an attack on the Houthis, opening up a new front of war in the region? And how is it going to affect us all if the crisis continues? We'll discuss all this in detail. Hello guys, I am Saurav and welcome to the Arc. The Yemen rebel group of Houthis seized an Israel-linked ship named Galaxy Leader bound for India on November 19th. They descended on the ship from helicopters and took all 25 crew members hostage. Earlier on 14th November, Abdul Malik al-Houthi, the Houthi leader, in his speech said, "Our eyes are open for constantly monitor and search for any Israeli ship in the Red Sea, especially in Bab al-Mandab and near Yemeni regional waters." This Houthi attack on the commercial vessels passing through the Red Sea has resulted in a big crisis situation. But why are they attacking these commercial ships? Israel declared war on Hamas after a series of terror attacks on Israel on October 7th. After Hamas' terror attack on Israel, Israel has been bombarding Gaza. Thousands of people have since died. We won't go into the details of Israel-Hamas war, but with the war, countries have chosen their sides. The US, UK and other European countries have extended their support to Israel. On the other hand, countries such as Iran, Lebanon, Yemen have come out in support of Hamas. One significant actor that is shaping the war in the region is Iran. Iran's support for Hamas, its long-standing hostility towards Israel and its broader regional goals to shape the geopolitics of the region have resulted in its involvement in the conflict. There are multiple militant groups that Iran covertly or overtly supports for their war against Israel. Be it the Hezbollah in Lebanon, Houthis in Yemen, and other groups operating in Iraq and Syria. With Israel declaring war against Hamas, all these groups have become active, fighting in solidarity with Hamas and Palestine, stretching the war further in the region. Iran's actions could be motivated by its own sovereignty concerns after the wars it fought in the recent times. But Iran now has adopted the approach of fighting the wars using proxies, without getting directly involved. And Iran is complicit in funding these proxy groups, training them, and providing them with arms and ammunitions. Now the group that has jumped into the conflict is the Houthis in Yemen. The Houthis are an armed group from a subsect of Yemen's Shia Muslim minority, the Zaydis. Zaydis constitute to about 35% of Yemen's population. The Houthi group was formed in the 1990s against the corruption of the then President Ali Abdullah Saleh. But the movement took a turn and became a Shia-Sunni conflict when President Saleh, with the help of Saudi Arabia, tried to eliminate the Houthi rebels in 2003 but the Houthis repelled them. The Houthi rebels have been fighting a civil war since 2014 against Yemen's government. Iran, another Shia majority country, is believed to back the Houthis, though it has denied the charge. The Yemen government is supported by Iran's regional rival, the Sunni majority Saudi Arabia and UAE, and also the US. Hence, the Houthi support for Palestine is also a manifestation of regional power tussle. If you look at the map, this area in Yemen is now controlled by the Houthis, including the capital Sana'a, and this area is adjacent to the Red Sea, through which one of the busiest shipping line passes. The Red Sea is roughly 2000 km long. It connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Indian Ocean. Via the narrow Suez Canal. Before the Suez Canal's construction in 1869, ships had to go around the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa to travel between Europe and Asia. The Suez Canal provided a direct route and thereby saving time and cost. Around 9.2 million barrels of oil transits through the Suez Canal every single day, and about 12% of global trade depends on the Suez Canal. So most of the maritime traffic from Europe to Asia transits through the Suez Canal and Red Sea route. Because of the attacks on commercial vessels in the Red Sea, shipping traffic is now getting diverted around the Cape of Good Hope. It increases travel time by close to 2 weeks and also increases fuel expenses. But if the ships decide to transit through the Red Sea route, they'll have to pay very high insurance costs due to the ongoing conflict. Either way, it will cause increased shipping costs and hence increased commodity prices for all of us. If you remember, in 2021, the Suez Canal was blocked for 6 days by a container ship Ever Given, blocking all shipping traffic across the canal. It resulted in economic loss of approximately $400 million per hour. If you see here on the map, the Bab al-Mandab Strait that connects the Red Sea with the Gulf of Aden is a choke point. Because of the proximity of Houthi-controlled areas to the Red Sea and Bab al-Mandab Strait, the commercial vessels have become easy targets for the Houthis. Post the Israel-Hamas war, the US has increased the number of warships in the region to keep an eye on the developments. On 20th October, a US Navy ship USS Carney reportedly shot down 3 cruise missiles and several drones in the Red Sea, targeted at Israel. A Houthi spokesperson announced capturing of the cargo ship, and their action was in solidarity with Palestine. The Houthis claimed the ship to be Israeli, which Israel denied. Then on November 23rd, the USS Thomas Hardner shot down attack drones launched from the Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. Take a look at this graphic. The Houthis have launched more than 100 attacks against 14 different commercial and merchant vessels in the Red Sea over the past 1 month.
Regarding the Houthis, these attacks are reckless, dangerous, and they violate international law. And so we're taking action to build an international coalition to address this threat. And I would remind you that this is not just a U.S. issue. This is an international problem, and it deserves an international response. And that's why I'm convening a meeting tomorrow, a ministerial meeting with fellow ministers in the region and beyond to address this threat.
On December 18th, the US Secretary of Defense, Lloyd J. Austin, announced Operation Prosperity Guardian under the Combined Maritime Forces and the leadership of its Task Force 153 to address the security challenges in the southern Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. The initiative included UK, Bahrain, Canada, France, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, Seychelles, and Spain. But France, Italy, and Spain pulled out of the US-led initiative while continuing their presence in the region, guarding the seas. Take a look at the massive number of warships and other naval assets by multiple nations currently operating in the region, fighting the Houthi drone and missile attacks. Then on 23rd December, a tanker ship MV Kem Pluto was attacked by possibly an anti-ship missile or a drone. The Liberian flag tanker, which was en route to India's Mangalore port, was hit when it was located about 200 nautical miles southwest of Veeraval in Gujarat, which is very close to India's exclusive economic zone. The ship was escorted by the Indian Coast Guard ship ICGS Bikram to Mumbai. On 25th December, Indian Navy's Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team inspected the vessel to make a preliminary assessment of the type and nature of attack. A second commercial ship, Gabon-flagged MV Sai Baba, also came under attack by a drone in southern Red Sea on 24th December. As far as India is concerned, $200 billion worth of India's trade with Europe, North America and South America is now at risk because of the ongoing situation. Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh vowed to take decisive action against those responsible for the assaults on the India-linked shipping vessels.
आजकल समुद्र में हलचल कुछ ज्यादा बढ़ गई है। भारत की बढ़ती आर्थिक और सामरिक ताकत ने कुछ ताकतों को ईर्ष्या और द्वेष से भर दिया है। अरब सागर में हाल में हुए एमवी प्लूटो पर ड्रोन हमले और कुछ पहले लाल सागर में एमवी साई बाबा पर हुए हमले को भारत सरकार ने बहुत ही गंभीरता पूर्वक लिया है। भारतीय नौसेना ने समुद्र की निगरानी बढ़ा दी है। जिन्होंने भी इस हमले को अंजाम दिया है उन्हें हम सागर तल से भी ढूंढ निकालेंगे और उनके खिलाफ कठोर कार्रवाई की जाएगी। मैं यह आपको आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूं।
India has deployed 5 out of the 6 newest, heaviest and lethal guided missile destroyers in the vicinity. 2 Kolkata-class destroyers, INS Kolkata and INS Kochi, and 1 Visakhapatnam-class INS Mormugao, and a Talwar-class guided missile frigate, INS Trishul, right near the Red Sea, and INS Visakhapatnam and INS Chennai in the Arabian Sea, keeping an eye and providing safe passage to merchant ships. These are state-of-the-art ships, designed and built in India. They carry Barakite and BrahMos missiles, among others. In the evening of 4th January, the Indian Navy received information about hijacking of a Liberia-registered bulk carrier, MV Lila Norfolk, in the Arabian Sea. Indian Navy quickly diverted INS Chennai, which was on anti-piracy patrol in the region, and other naval assets towards the ship. Finally, Indian Navy's Marcos commandos boarded the MV and commenced sanitization. All the crew members on board were safely rescued. This means the Indian Navy is not playing around. They mean business. Apart from these ships, India has deployed more ships, air assets, and surveillance crafts in the region. The Indian Coast Guard has also increased its patrolling in India's coastal waters. After the latest Houthi attack on the container ship and US Navy's sinking of 3 Houthi boats, the Red Sea crisis is getting more intense. Iran now has also deployed its warships in the Red Sea in support of the Houthis. As per the news reports, the US and UK are considering their options to strike the Houthis in Yemen. A joint statement by 13 countries, led by the US, was released on 3rd January, warning the Houthis to end these attacks or be prepared to bear the consequences. So is a strike on the Houthis imminent, opening up a new front of war in the region? If the Iranians are behind the Houthis as per the US, then what will be Iran's response to this? If the conflict intensifies, then how will it affect all of us? Turbulent times ahead in the seas. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.